Now that you know how to create your own poster and thumbnail, you can create any other design on Canva in the similar manner. And you also learned about font, so your designs will be a lot more attractive and appealing to people. So now now let's look at some tips and tricks in Canva which we can use to make our design a lot better. So let's get started. The first thing is that you have to always limit your typefaces. So you already know that finding a font which suits your design is very hard. So imagine if you have to choose like 3 other fonts or 4 other fonts like that. You just can't deal with it. So instead of that, you just have to stick to 2 or 3 fonts maximum in a design. This way your content will be a lot more readable, and then it'll be a little more elegant as well. So we'll go to the next one. That is, you should never be afraid to scale. So like I said, when you're trying to convey an important piece of matter through your design, and then that word is the highlight, you can definitely play around with the sizes, and then you can make it a little more bigger, so that gets that gets the entire importance. So you can make your designs a little more dynamic by proportioning your other elements with respect to that big element. So like you can see in this design, the word scale is the highlight, so I've made it the biggest of all, and then the other font is a little bit in proportion with that. So that depends on your instincts again. So you can create these designs based on your requirements of the design. Next thing is that you have to learn to space out between the letters. So like you can see in this heading over here, the word space out is a little cramped together. So when you do that, it's a little hard for the reader to read it, and that is a huge problem again. So you have to be aware of the positive and negative spaces of your design, and then be sure to fill up these positive spaces, and then the negative spaces should be left as it is. And you can also squish these letters if your design demands it, but otherwise it's preferable that you let them breathe. You have to be aware of your neighbors so that they don't really overlap on one another, and then it makes your design very messy. The next one is that you can always play around with colors. So Canva has this one feature: if you want to change the color of any element in your design, and then you click on the change color tab, like you've seen while creating a poster. So it shows you the colors which are used in that particular document. So it's preferable that you use those colors itself for any text manipulation or adding any other element in your design, because that carries one tone of that carries a little bit of monotone, and then your design will not be hard hitting for the user to see it. So you have to always be smart with your colors and play around with the same colors which are already there in the document, so that you can avoid a little clashing. The next thing is that make sure that your designs are clean, crisp and clear. So when you're trying to design anything, you have to remember that you don't have the entire space to type out the full details of your event or your purpose. So that way you have to choose only the important highlighted elements, and then you have to make sure that as soon as someone sees your design, they see the purpose of it clean and clear, so that there is no confusion. It's just direct, it's very straightforward, and this way you can save a lot and make it try to be more pictorial, because scientifically that's what catches people the most, that if any pictures or any colorful elements are there, people are drawn to it. So make sure that you have lots of pictures in design, well, of course, when it calls for it, and then your content has to be clean and straightforward, so that there is no confusion there's no confusion in what you're trying to clear. That's one thing. And next is that you can play around with contrasting colors. So as you can see in this particular design, they have used a little bit of cream color and black color as contrast. So when you are normally trying to put font on one color of background, you have to make sure that that font color doesn't clash with the background. It has to be a little contrasting or a little opposite to whatever color you've used, so that way your font is a little more that way your font is readable, and then there is not much confusion with the information of your design. So you can actually make many versions of this kind of same poster. You can play not only black and white, you can play around with some other different contrasting colors as well. And saying that, let's go to the next one. Okay, so this analogy might work for most of the designs, but again it calls for the requirement of what you're supposed to do. So less is more is something which you have to keep it in mind, because minimalist themes are making rounds right now, and then people prefer something to be less. So you have to make sure that your design, even though with the least information, it speaks out the most. That's very important as a design. If you're that's very important as a designer, that you're trying to convey to people that through the most minimum number of elements. That way your design is more that way your design is more refined and a little simple, and also very sophisticated. So that's one more. And the next one is, when you're playing around with your designs, you have to sometimes you will have to deal with images such that the content the image is a little bit concentrated to one side and the other side is very empty. So that way what you have to do is that you have to make sure that whatever content you're putting, the wordings you're putting, it comes to the other side, the empty side of your image. So that way it's a little spread out evenly, and then you can also play around with a little more elements like that. Suppose your design is looking a little more empty, you can add some drastic elements behind, like some rectangle or square or something, so that it looks a little more filled. And then remember to make sure that you use limited number of typefaces in one particular image. So this next one is basically playing around with the bold important information, like I mentioned before. When you can create contrast not only with colors but also with the bold and normal font of the words. So you can see that I'm is in normal font, and then the perfect thing is bold. So that way you're trying to convey a word in word. So this way you don't have to this is one innovative way of playing around with your design and making it a lot better. And the next thing you have to remember is that Canva offers you a wide selection of grids. So you just have to go to your design wherever you're creating, and then, like you have seen in the left side, there are various tools you can use. So you can go to elements and just type out grid, and then it shows you varieties of grids. So you can just directly drag and drop the pictures on to the particular sections of the grid, and then they will look a little more organized, instead of you trying to fit the picture in the same thing without grids. So you will have a more refined design, and that way your pictures won't come on top of another, or it won't be hidden in the back of another, and all that. So you can also apply filters and effects to these images in the grid, and you can also include some other fonts with it, however you like. So we have come to the end of tips and tricks. There are a lot more tricks in Canva which you will definitely know once you start exploring it, and there are so many other features in Canva as well. So good luck.